Hi viewers, and welcome to today's episode of the Money Tamer Show. All right, I am super excited to be here. You know, it's Christmas is upon us. I'm sure we're out there shopping, but don't go overboard though. But enjoy yourself, get some nice gifts for the kids and friends and family, but don't go overboard. All right, on today's show, we're gonna be talking about just parenthood, parenting, and children. And it's really the topic of, when is it a good time to start to have the money talk with your kids? Now is a good time to start to have the money talk with your kids. It is never too early to start to imbibe the culture of savings or the culture of money management with your kids, especially once they get to, the age where they're aware, they're now aware of their environment or aware of the sense of money, right? Growing up as a child, my dad was always so strict about us, putting away any kind of monetary gifts that we got from friends and family for doing whatever, either from, helping the neighbor, rake the lawn or, cleaning out the gutters or whatever it is. He always made us put it in a savings account, which he opened for us. And at the time, I thought it was quite annoying, why can't I just spend my money the way I want? But with the benefit of hindsight, that was a very smart thing to do. So these days, I come across some children who just feel so entitled. They just feel, just have this chip or this air of entitlement, and it's so sad because that is not the way to go. Children should not feel entitled. No, they should feel like they shouldn't lack as much as the parents can afford it and can help it. They shouldn't lack, but without giving them that feeling of entitlement. So without further ado, I just have 3 tips. These are just in my opinion, 3 tips on how parents can start to have the money talk with their children. So number 1 is just savings. Parents should start to imbibe the culture of savings to their children from a very young age. Again, from when they're aware of their environment or aware of the concept of money. So from anywhere from 5 or 6 or even 7 years old, I think you'll start to sit your child down. So growing up, like I said, my dad opened up bank accounts. He actually literally took us to the bank, right? It's all about that concept. Took us to the bank. We sat down with the bank manager. We filled out the forms and opened up bank accounts. We actually got our booklet, right? Our ledger, so it felt real. And each time we got monetary gifts and all that, we just put it away. It was tough at first because we didn't quite understand why should I put away my money. But eventually we got on with the program and even got to a point where the minute, and I have a twin, right? So the minute we get gifts, my twin would turn to me and say, hey, we need to go to the bank to go deposit this money. It then became fun. We made it fun. So having that, and before we knew, our savings accounts grew. By the time we were done with primary school or elementary school, as I call it here, we had some good chunk of change in the savings account. And it felt good. You're just seeing your ledger grow and grow. So savings. Imbibe that in your children. Number 2 is the concept of opportunity cost. Now, what do I mean? According to dictionary.com, opportunity cost is the cost of foregoing the benefits of an alternative action or an alternative decision. So for example, if your child comes to you and says, hey dad, I need a bicycle and I also need a phone. Now, you probably will, sit the child down and say, okay, fine, how much do you have in your bank account? Given that money is not limited, given that money is limited, and for example, the child has, say, $200 in the bank account, but the bicycle costs $150, and a phone will set her back, a good phone, maybe $150. So that's $300, but she only has $200 in the account. So she has to choose one of the two. She can't buy and afford the two. She has to choose one. So if she chooses the bicycle over the phone, then the opportunity cost is the benefit she would have derived from the phone if she had chosen the phone instead of the bicycle, right? So it's just the concept of opportunity cost. And their children will start to get an idea of the value or the worth of stuff. What is that really worth to you, right? If you want a bicycle so bad, what is it worth to you, and why do you need it so bad? Versus, and why choose a bicycle versus going for a phone? So it's just learning, teaching your children the concept of opportunity cost. Number 3 is saving towards a goal. So I'm just going to use the backdrop of the example I gave earlier, the bicycle and the phone. Now, if your child absolutely needs both, because she needs a bicycle to be able to ride to school instead of walking to school, and she also needs a phone so that she's able to keep in touch with parents if there's any emergency situation, or just keep in touch with her friends, and she feels she needs both, then you can encourage her to save towards buying both. So right now in her savings account, she's got $200 and she needs $300 to buy both. So maybe what she could do is, for the next few weeks, when you give her allowances, she can save towards it, right? So if she needs an extra $100, she just saves maybe for the next 5 weeks. If she gets $20 a week, the next 5 weeks, and she's able to buy both. So it's saving towards a goal. Just imbibing that culture of saving towards a goal. It's not everything you need that you get right now. Some things you just have to save for. And that's reality. That is real life, right? Even as parents, we do it all the time. We budget and we save towards a vacation, or we save towards buying a house, or we save towards buying a car. The concept of saving towards a goal. So parents, we need to start having these money chats with our kids. It's never too early to start to get them to be aware of money management, to be aware of savings, and building a nest, well, maybe not a nest egg, but start to have that culture of savings and building, and be aware of mindless spending, and also be aware of mindful spending. It will go a long way, I guarantee it. All right, so on to the next episode of the Money Tamer Show. Leave me comments. I'd like to hear from you on what kinds of things on money management you imbibe in your children. Leave me comments. I read them all. Visit my website, themoneytamer.com, for useful resources, useful tips. Download a free copy of my budgeting template, download a free copy of my debt amortization template, and use it for your purposes. So until the next time, I say, you stay well.